Swat! What's up, everybody? It's your main man Bennett back here and again, and welcome back to the Nacho Mama's Fantasy Football League Volume 6, and we got ourselves the Week 12 Power Rankings. Let's get it! Sigh, 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 sigh.
Sigh, 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 sigh.
Okay, little Whitney Houston. We're going to start with 12th place. 12th place team in this year's rankings is Dork. Dork goes down 2 slots. Brutal outing for Justin Herbert and Austin Eckler. I'd say there are a few 4 and 8 teams. It's time for them to step it up because it's do or die. Do or die time. We've entered do or die time. Let's see. Takes on the Moldy Biscuits this week. This is a pivotal moment for Team Dork. Moving on to the 11th place team. 11th place team in these here rankings, and it's Grand Salami time. Katie staying at 11. Didn't get the job done this week. Losing by less than 10 points. Gatorade 0. What are you going to do? Let's see. I did see that if she had played Jared Goff and Gabe Davis instead of Jerry Jeudy and Lamar Jackson, she would have got about like 130 points, probably got the win. So, moving on to 10th place team. 10th place team in these here rankings, and it's Team Diaper Funds. Yeah. Came down to the wire for this team. Losing to Allen by 5 points going into Monday Night Football where the Vikings defense was left to play. And don't you know, Corey pulled it out. He got a victory over one of the top teams that we got here in MasterCard. So, can you make the playoffs with a 7 and 8 record? In the event that one of these lower tier teams, by record anyway, wins out and some other teams lose? Of course, absolutely. Nobody's out of it yet. Isn't that something? So we're going to move on to the 9th place team. 9th place team in these here rankings is the Fancy Lads. Fancy Lads down 2 slots. Didn't get the win against the Dynasty. Has some matchups coming up against Grand Salami time, Team Diaper Funds, and Betta W Chedda. I think Whitney's been one of the more unlucky teams. I mean, golly, he's got Stephon Diggs, Keenan Allen, George Kittle, Amon-Ra St. Brown. But either way, as one of the few 5 and 7 teams, clock is ticking. So we're going to move on to the 8th place. 8th place team in these here rankings, and it's the Moldy Biscuits. Some Moldy Biscuits. Michael got the win. Dak Prescott got 40 points. His next few opponents include Dork, Master Cook, goes to Bongtown. The mold of the biscuit needs to go into full mold mode in order to prevail and get into contention. We're going to move on to the 7th place team. 7th place team, these here rankings. It's Team Robs. Team Robs. Also 5 and 7 took the L against Darren's team this week. Even though Josh Allen got 43 points. Uncle Evan went up against a team that outdid us all, I think. I think Darren's team did outscore everybody. I think. Did that happen? Yeah, it did. So, what are you going to do? Evan takes on Swift Brown Dicker, Dork, and Master Cook coming up. It's coming down to the wire. We're going to move on to the 6th place team. Coming down to the 6th place team is Swift Brown Dicker. Swift Brown Dicker is 6-6. It's the only 6-6 team we got. Team Rob's, the Quin Dynasty, Grand Salami Time are his three next opponents. So my notes for Swift Brown Dicker include: Tanner, it's time for fight or flight. Fight or flight, Dicker. What you gonna do? Dicker gonna fight, Dicker gonna flight. Are you gonna fight and flight? Fight and flight? Like a bird. Like a bird of prey would obviously fight and flight. So, that all makes sense to me at some point when I'm writing this down late night on a Monday. We're going to move on to the fifth place team. Fifth place team in these here rankings, and it's Oside! Betta go, baby! You know, Darren's had some ups and downs this year, let me tell you what. But he just had one of his ups. Scoring, 146 points. That is quite a bit. It is the first time he has led the league in scoring. That's a good thing. And, you know what? Derrick Henry finally showed up. Matt Stafford shows up. Isaiah Pacheco. These guys finally start showing up. And what happens? Darren gets the win. So he takes on the Quin Dynasty, Grand Salami Time, and Team Diaper funds coming up with the playoffs approaching. This could be a serious contender. We'll move on to the fourth place team. If the playoffs began right now, these are the four. These would be the four. It's not just my opinion, it's just what it is. It would begin with number 4, fourth place team is Betta W Chedda. Ben's team, they got the win. Patrick Mahomes, Bijan Robinson, Nico Collins combined for 70 points. That'll get you. That'll do you. That'll do you right there. You know, Ben's right in the thick of it. You know, nothing's guaranteed. He plays Master Cook, Ghost of Bongtown, and the Fancy Lads for his next 3 opponents. It's time for the cheese to step up and be better. How sharp can the cheddar be? Really good team. Like this team. I've always been rooting for this team from the beginning. So, we'll move on to the third place team, one of his upcoming opponents. Third place team, these here rankings, and it's the Ghost. The Ghost. The Ghost of Bongtown. Staying at third. They got the win. They tied for second now. But they're going to be right here, because in order to be the man, you got to beat the man. And Andrew, I don't think, has beat Alan's team. Time to fact check myself. Time to fact check myself. Hold on tight. Gonna fact check myself. La la la. Don't worry about this part. Don't you worry about a thing. Okay, Ghost of Bongtown played against the Sons of Master Cook. Master Cook won. So, I was right. Alan does have that proverbial tiebreaker. So, good for him. What can we say? It's a great team. 8-4. We're going to move on to the second place team. Second place team in these year rankings. And, of course, it's Master Cook. You know, Alan, he lost. Got defeated by Oside Betta Go and, right? No, lost to Team Diaper Funds. My bad. Only lost by a few points. Could have easily won had he played C.J. Stroud instead of Brock Purdy. He played Thanksgiving night Purdy against the Seahawks. instead of C.J. Stroud against whoever. I mean, I think that was a, it's just a misplay. It's just a little baby misplay. Allen is human. So he takes on Ben's Betta with Chedda. Monster matchup coming up. He takes on the Moldy Biscuits. That's a family affair. Finishes the year with Team Robs. So time is flying by, including but not limited to right now. We move on to the first place team, and the first place team, it's the Quin Dynasty. Quin Dynasty, it's the only 9-3 team. Jalen Hurts, Christian McCaffrey, Mike Evans combined for 91 points. Probably going to have a good time, and I did. A win's a win. We take this victory with a great humility and respect. 9-3. Dynasty does epic battle showdown in the shadow dimension with Darren's Oside Vedigo. That's a monster matchup. Swift Brown Dicker, another, he's a desperate foe. And I finished the year with Dork. So there you go. First place again, but for how long? But a moment of a fleeting time. Hope your Thanksgiving was good. I was going to say great. I said I would say good. So I hope it was good. And till next time, just hi.